Hey guys, welcome back. No, this isn't Beyond Earth. So I put out like a text post a few days ago about Beyond Earth. Like how do I get it? It's like to get the full pack, it was like $60 Canadian or something like that. And it's yeah, like it's has a reputation as a bit of a mediocre game, but one with a lot of potential. So I'm definitely interested in playing it, but I don't want to play $60 for it, unless I absolutely have to. Um, So yeah, and somebody suggested, "Oh, you should sail the seven seas, my friend. You should pirate the game." And it's like, I tried. That's why I'm asking. I found two torrents. I couldn't get them to work. So yeah, that's why I'll have to either wait for it to come on sale, or like if it's like selling gray market, might be okay. We'll see. But I'm interested in the game. This is Fall from Heaven 2. This is the fancy mod I was talking about. But yeah, so I found the rest of the presentation actually. Let's check it out. So, slideshow. Yeah, just to be clear, so when it comes to like supporting creators you care about, I use AdBlock and I pirate a lot of things. I pirate music, I pirate video games. Like I do like go to shows and stuff like that. And I do sometimes spend money on supporting creators I like. But I'm not that type of person who does it a lot, who is like a real patron of YouTubers or musicians or anything really. I love the idea of people being able to watch my videos without paying. I like the idea of like a post scarcity economy where things that have zero marginal cost, like a YouTube video, are available to access without paying. I don't think I'm like that creators are like entitled to your money and that you are obligated to pay them. No. So please, if you do not want to join as a member, please still be hyped for this. Like I said, YouTube has just given me a flat, huge chunk of change just for no reason, just for turning on the memberships. And then part two, I get up to 1,500 bucks Canadian. Sorry, not that much. If people sign up, so up to 100 people would be 1,500 bucks for me, plus any of the money they give me. So again, even if you do not want to donate, you should still be hyped for this. I give you permission to be super hyped for this because I will be making more videos. I will be putting more effort into the channel. I will be putting more effort into the individual videos. I will be generally doing stuff I think people want to see, and not like just like stuff that's easy for me or stuff that really scratches my own itch. I'm really going to be try harding basically. Now, the one downside to that is I might like start asking for subscriptions or likes, which if you know this channel, I've like asked for likes in maybe two videos, and I don't think I've ever asked for a subscription. But again, if I'm tryharding, that might be part of it. So yeah, please still be hyped, even if you don't want to donate. I rarely donate to stuff, so I completely understand. That's super chill. Thank you for watching. I'm so glad you can access my videos without paying. And again, yeah, most of the money will come as a lump sum from YouTube, regardless of if people sign up. So that being said, if you've given before or if you are interested in giving, this is the most cost-efficient way to give. You give 80 cents, I get $15, 15.50. Yeah, pretty damn good. I am Canadian, Darius. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do like I'll roll a little start from Fall from Heaven 2 as just as like a little teaser. I'll do like a full stream of it maybe in 2 weeks or something. Not really going pro. Just YouTube is paying me a bunch of money to turn on memberships for Egg, so I'm turning it on. And then I'm gonna actually try hard because there's yeah. I'll show you the graph. Let's take you to the graph. So this is the graph of weekly views from every single week of my channel. So you'll see it grew over the course of maybe 2 years. It was very small at first, but relatively quickly, all things considered. It felt slow at the time, but looking back, it was relatively quick. And then we have had 4 years of stagnation. This is actually when I monetized the channel. I think monetizing the channel actually just shut down the growth of the channel. Yeah, I guess like people click off the videos if there's ads, and then your revenue or your click through ratio and all that goes down, and it makes the algorithm recommend you less. So that's how it is, and that's okay. I've been putting less effort into the channel too. I used to put out a lot of videos. I work full time now. I've been on summer vacation, so I've been putting out a lot of videos and streams in the past month or so. But in general, I've been putting less effort in, and so the channel has stagnated. Until this. What's this? Why does the line go up at the end here? I don't get it. because I did like a few videos in succession. They were pretty average videos. And it was just like the Civ 6 video essay with the choppy footage where I said nice things about Civ 6 and some bad things about Civ 4 and Civ 5. Yeah, like apparently that scratched the itch of the algorithm, and that made my channel finally get into the point where it's like more views than in the heyday of 2020, 4 years ago. So I don't know why this has happened, but I want to ride this wave. And it's coming at a good time because, like I said, Civ 7 is coming out soon. If I could build a base, build up some momentum for the channel, when Civ 7 comes out, I'll have a shot at like establishing myself as a YouTuber for that game. So welcome, Auntie. Welcome, Rogoth. Auntie, you're not at Antiquity, are you? Probably not, with the two T's. Do gift subs count? I don't know. Sorry, Nathaniel. You wanted to make an industrial era mod for Civ 3 with a bunch of custom unit assets from World War II. Custom units. Okay. I can take you to the right people, Johnny Johnson. But because I make mods for multiplayer mostly, that's what my modding background is. If you haven't seen my video about 10 ways to ruin your Civ 3 mod, watch that, because there's a bunch of things that are like pretty easy once you know to look for them, but like if you do them, you'll just like your mod will crash when you load it. So watch that video if you haven't already. Again, I don't do a lot of stuff with custom assets, because when you do multiplayer games, it's like very finicky to try to get the custom assets loaded. Like if one person doesn't have the install perfectly done, then the game will just crash. So it's much easier to make multiplayer scenarios that do not have custom assets. So I've got a lot of workarounds for how can I make my scenario work if the person does not install the assets. But sadly, I'm not very good at using the assets themselves. Switch Republic for the commerce bonus. He'll throw some futures. So I thought about this, like, what could I offer people? And I realized, like, a lot of the things like other streamers might offer people are things I already do. Like, if you've emailed me, you'll know this, that I just love talking about this game so much. I love just, like, looking at people's save files. I could get, like, 10 a week, and I would still look at their save files and give them advice, because I just like doing it. Anyway, that's the graph. So what YouTube is offering, so a fat check just for turning on the memberships. So the plan is to invest the channel. So this plan can go forth even if nobody signs up for them. I will still have a big chunk of change to invest in a better computer. In addition, for each person who signs up, they will pay me $15 up to 100 people. As far as I know, you can cancel immediately. Probably should not put that in writing in case YouTube doesn't like that. But I checked through all the terms and conditions, and they didn't say anything about encouraging people to cancel. So I think I'm in the clear. So what I might offer to members, exclusive streams. We will not do exclusive videos, okay? I won't even like make it so that non-members are like, or members get to see the videos sooner. Because the video is already completed. I don't want to be holding it back from people. So you are like the patron of these videos. So thank you for paying me to create these videos if you sign up. And I'll give you exclusive streams for that. But the videos, I will just make more videos. So what that means is that if I get more members who sign up, I will just do more videos in a season than if I did not have a bunch of people signing up. I'll let you make choices during streams within reason. I'm not going to like let you make me play a 60% water huge map on Civ difficulty or something like that. But I might let you choose the Civ. Definitely renaming cities, renaming units would totally be on the table. And if I have the choice between two wonders and I don't really have too much of an input, I would put out a poll for people who have signed up for members. Okay, more clear communication about videos in progress. I'll post like little snippets and about stuff I'm working on. Maybe like parts of the script, clips from the video. I've got like a lot of drafts in my folder. I often say, oh, that's a good idea, I'm going to start on that. And then I just never make the video and lose interest in it. So if I've said, hey, I'll make a video like that, and then I didn't, I would like to apologize very much to you. I wasn't lying to you. I genuinely wanted to do it. I just got distracted. Do you get any kind of revenue from YouTube Premium viewers? Yes, Nathaniel. So relative to an ad view, a view from somebody with YouTube Premium is quite good. So yeah, like I see that like when it breaks down my earnings, I see the people. It's not that many, but I see the people with YouTube Premium. If you're interested in YouTube Premium, it seems like a good deal. Like if especially I feel like you cannot get ad block for whatever reason. So as a reminder, if you are on your phone, use Opera. The Opera browser comes with a pre-built-in ad block. I would recommend that. Or there are ways to block, of course, ads on your computer with most browsers. On mobile, it's kind of harder. But if you can't do that for whatever reason, it's not the worst thing in the world to just sign up for YouTube Premium. I think if you like use a VPN and you make them think you're from Turkey, this is where I got the idea from earlier. You can get like like just for $1 or $2 a month or $3 or something like that, you can get a YouTube Premium membership. How much I gotta pay for you not to boat me during the next Seaton we play? Sorry, that'd be a violation of ladder rules, no Drugar. I don't know who you are, sorry, and you'd have to tell me who you are. Kia, okay. um, you're... I'd say you'd have to pay me by building units and not like leaving yourself naked for 50 turns. That would be how you could convince me not to boat you. Be a less of an easy target. And start guarding your transports, man. God, for Christ's sake. This guy, I killed 2 naked transports in one game last time we played a free-for-all game of Civ 3 Modern together. So he needs to get his stuff together. Videos are probably more effort per content than the stream. Absolutely, yeah. Like if a 2-hour stream takes 2 hours to plan, like here I made a PowerPoint, I guess. But typically I just show up and I do the stream. A video, yeah, it doesn't take that long. But it's definitely a lot more fun. Like, honestly, streaming, one thing I might spend the money on is, like, getting, like, a new chair or a new desk. Because, like, just sitting for 5 hours, like I did last week, in front of the microphone is not super comfortable. And when I make videos, I don't have to deal with that. Ah, great. Thank you for pointing that out, Rogoth. Yes, absolutely. Can you upload the exclusive streams afterwards? It wouldn't be exclusive if I did, Joris. I don't think there'd be anything too good in the exclusive streams. It would probably be stuff that the viewers wanted. So stuff that, like the stuff that I think you guys will like most, I will make that a public stream. But I guess if there's like something super hype that happened or just like had a really killer game, I would upload that publicly, Joris. But yeah, all of the videos, I will not be making member-only videos, and I will not be delaying the release of videos so that members can get a perk. Yeah, and they punish you for it sometimes, Nathaniel, but human players are smart. I was using Recon to, like, check him, and I saw he had, like, 2 ships ahead of his transports, like, scouting for me. But nothing... Sorry, yeah, nothing actually on top of the transports. What if I have no desire to give YouTube money at all? Tipa Erie. Here we go. Actually, so this is actually, if you do this right, Tipi, you are taking money away from YouTube. So like I said, if you pay me 80 cents and then you cancel the membership immediately, I get $15.50 from that. So you'd actually be taking money away from YouTube if you did it. But like I said, I use AdBlock and I pirate a lot. I love the idea of people being able to watch my videos without paying. So by all means, you should still be hyped for this, and you do not have to sign up under any moral or whatever framework. If like you don't want to explain this to your wife, right? Like you don't want questions about what's on the credit card statement. If you don't have a credit card, if I'm like your 5th favorite YouTuber, and there's other ones who you like more than me who you haven't signed up to, just sign up to them. It's okay. You can still watch my videos and love it and be hyped for this. Yeah, and just be happy that I'm getting the money to get a better computer for this. Okay, yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, so I kind of shot myself in the foot a bit because, yeah, like I said, I already will check out people's save files. I'll already like give multiplayer coaching, and like if you play a game on the Discord in single player and you ping me, I will probably come give you coaching on your game if you want that. So this is something that I could theoretically monetize that I already do. So kind of hard to monetize the channel in that sense. But yeah, just be aware of that. Um, yeah, that's certainly an option if you remember. That's nice, Rap Deck. Oh, and any multiplayer people here, I'm gonna need your help for hacking Civ 7. We want to get better than all the Civ 6 and Civ 5 players. Some of them play quite rigidly. So we're gonna make like custom mods that like kind of mirror future, modern, maybe MPT style mods for Civ 7. And then we're gonna get really good at them and show people who's boss. So being really good at multiplayer is a way to like make our community seem like it has status, like we know what we're talking about, like we understand the franchise. I don't know if we could do that. Like maybe those people are like galaxy brained and we're kind of like not as good at the franchise as they are. And they would, if they like gave a solid shot at Civ 3, they would crush us. But I think we got some smart people on board. So I think we could crush Civ 7 multiplayer if we put in some effort in. Hoffman, I know, likes checking out new games. Yeah, no issue, Kia. 60 points. I mean, I give away cities all the time. You just gotta know when to take them. Yeah, just when nobody knows what they're doing, that'll be a lot of fun, I feel. Okay, let's talk about why did I monetize the channel. Sorry for the super pixelated image. So I monetized the channel because I wanted to pay for some specific things. That was the justification at the time. So things I've spent the money on, I bought this PC I currently have. It was about $1,000 Canadian with the money from having monetized the channel. I use it almost exclusively for streaming and making videos. If I just like play Civ 3 multiplayer, I do it on my laptop. So I don't use this for a lot of things. And it's not good enough, apparently. It's not good enough for Civ 6. But I could just sell it and get a new one, you know. I also bought a microphone. Not this microphone I'm using now, but one I use for business, weirdly. And yeah, I bought Civ 6 when it came out. I bought a few games. Yeah, there's maybe one or two other things. But I said I would use a lot of money to invest in the channel at the time. I did, partially, to mixed success. And I'm going to do it again. Okay, last things, what's up? Thoughts on being a creator and interacting with me. So TLDR is if you want to talk to me, if you were like, hey, I wonder what Swade's opinion on this thing is. I wonder what advice Swade would give me. I want to say hi to Swade and thank for him. So you can do that during streams or on Discord in public. Those are the best places to do it. Don't friend me on Steam. Don't send me like PMs on Discord. Unless I really want to, I won't respond there. And I might want to. But like, people send me emails with their save files and I still like check them out and respond to them because I like looking at people's save files, like I've said. But I will just like ignore your question at will if you do those things. But if you put it on Discord or in a stream, I'm more likely to respond to it there. If I don't respond to you on stream and you have a question you want answered, just ask me again. I just didn't see it. Unless it was like a particularly obnoxious question, I can't imagine ignoring someone intentionally. And you just have my permission. You can just ping me on Discord. I'll try to answer the questions on Discord too. Those are the best places to do it. Because then everybody could see it, right? I get a lot of the same questions. I've had 100 people ask me, how do you turn off the cities? How do you look under the cities and see what's under the cities? Control-Shift-M. I've said that 100 times. I'm going to say it 100 more times, I'm sure. I get a lot of the same questions, so it helps if they're on streams or Discord so other people can benefit from my answers. And to create like public discussion, right? I want this community, the Civ 3 community, to be more vibrant, for people to be talking to each other, right? If you post your save file, I give you some tips. Some other people might give you tips too, right? And they might start a discussion, and that's good for the community, for growing things. So yeah, absolutely. Anything else? I've always blocked ads. Good, Tipa. That's a good. It's just good for the safety of your computer, right? Like even if you want to support, if you want to support people, like get YouTube Premium. Don't enable ads because they can like mess with your computer. I actually like know a lot of like elderly people and like non-native English speakers, and it is just like a constant battle for them every day figuring out how to use the computer and use the internet because ads are just constantly getting in their way. If you like have like a friend who's not a native English speaker or have a friend who's elderly or like an older relative, install ad block on their computer. They can fall for like some nasty scams and download some nasty viruses and just like get confused if they're being constantly led astray by ads. Weird PSA in the middle of the stream, but there we are. Yeah, ad blocks are good to use. Definitely, if you're watching my video, you're encouraged to use an ad block too. Um, Nathaniel, you used to play with us like 2016, 2017, right? I think we played like World War II in the Pacific on multiplayer. I don't remember a lot of people, but I think I remember you if you're who I think you are. That's not true DRC, but you can pirate a lot. Especially like games like Civ 2 Test of Time. There you can't buy Civ 2 Test of Time on Steam. That is just abandonware. Like there is no way to get it. Like I technically I guess I would still somewhere have the old CD copy of it. Uh but yeah, it's hard to get. So I think if you've, especially if you paid for it already, you are morally justified in pirating it. Wow, I hope this stream, I hope they don't regulate for that. I hope this is something I'm allowed to be saying on YouTube. I did a whole ranking video, Engineer Beast, but TLDR, it's Age of Discovery. World War II in the Pacific is absolutely amazing too, but Age of Discovery just uses so many cool, amazing concepts. I used it as an inspiration for a very wacky multiplayer mod. So yeah, I'm so glad that it exists. I've played that. I've play tested that with you, Kia. Okay. If you have any recommendations for specific games, or if you want to talk about what specific games I should play, now's your chance right now. Let me know what you're into. So specifically 4X games, especially 4X games that are either fantasy themed, Civ, or sorry, sci-fi themed, or related to directly to the Civilization franchise in some way. Like Aliens, Crossfire, Alpha Centauri, that was designed by Sid Meier, or it has his name on it at least. How to play? Oh yeah, I don't have a disk drive anymore. Good point. Even if I did dig up the disk, I'd have bigger issues. Procuring funding tournaments. It looks like we've had no issue with that, Rapdeg. But I want to grow the community first to get more interest in the tournaments. You're casting, Rabdig. You're going to be casting the modern tournament. Carlot said, is that correct? Yeah, I love to death doing casts of multiplayer games. But specifically, especially when it's a series, if it's like a standalone game that was really good and really interesting, it does decently on YouTube. It does okay. But like the multi-part tournament, they just completely tank me with the algorithm for YouTube. Rabdag has like a really good setup. He streams on Twitch. I believe he has some YouTube videos too. So I think it makes more sense for me to pass the baton for multiplayer stuff if Rabdag is interested to Rabdag. So everybody, go click on Rabdag, sign up for his channel. Let's just make sure he actually does have, this is the YouTube channel. Go to channel. Yeah, it's the one. Yeah, he kicks my ass in some of those videos. Go watch him kick my ass. But yes, yeah. So Rabdag will be streaming a new multiplayer tournament. Tails, hey Talus, right? How to incite propaganda with my spy. Ooh, there's a good Civ Fanatic article. I'm just gonna find that right now and link that for you because it's one of those things that's way too complicated to explain. So basically with propaganda, you have to like jump through a lot of specific hoops in terms of the conditions. But if you meet all of these conditions, you can just take their city. I didn't know this because whenever the AI propagandas you, it just makes you unhappy. But if you know what you're doing, you can just steal cities with propaganda. So Civ 3 spy missions. Yeah, here we are. Maybe you guys would, it might be too technical. If it's too technical and you need me to break it down, let me know. But there's a link to that in chat. Anyway, take care, Rab. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Cheers, Bailey. Thanks for stopping. Thank you for being the first to comment, too. And take care, yeah. Great. Okay, so this is Fall from Heaven 2. I will show you guys the one I've been working on. I think because I'm already familiar with Civ 4 and Civ 4, and these two games use Civ 4 as a base, and I was able to install them quite easily. We're going to be doing those first, so Fall from Heaven, and then the Beyond, or sorry, the space mod for Civ 4. So those would be the two that I did first. Yeah, I couldn't get Test of Time. I did get Alpha Centauri working, but Test of Time and Beyond Earth I haven't got up and running yet. So yeah, this is what I've been playing so far. I'll show you guys a map. So I've been playing on Emperor, and this game is absolutely kicking my ass. Oh, Noble. Of course, Noble is the standard difficulty. I thought I was playing like the equivalent of like Emperor from Civ 3. I've actually been playing like the equivalent of I guess like Demigod from Civ 3. I guess Monarch is their Emperor difficulty. Anyway, this is hard as hell. I'll show you the faction I've been playing. So yeah, you can do random maps, but they have like a custom map generator that makes like a fantasy realm. It's pretty cool. Let's do this. Let's make it huge. Let's see how big it can be. So yeah, Civ 4 actually has this feature where you can just like go into the map editor once you load up a game, so we can just look around and see what's up. When do you think SMAX would be? Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri? Engineer Beast. I know a lot of people like that game. I will need your help for that game, because I opened it up and I have no clue what was going on. So it would be at least third in the order. Beyond Earth might be pushed back because I'm kind of waiting for a Steam sale. We'll see about that one though. But yeah, like that one, we'll get to that. Remind me in a sec if I forget. By the way, if anybody asked a question that I skipped, please feel free to put it again below. Again, I don't try to ignore questions. Age of Empires 1. More interested in turn-based strategies, sorry. So 4X games, hopefully fantasy or sci-fi themed. But if it is a 4X game that is not one of those two themes, but I'm interested in it, definitely PM it to me. Somebody already PM'd me something, which was really good on Steam. Or on Discord, sorry. Yeah, so let's check it out. Actually get a ton of vision and movement with your starting settler. Ooh, there's cows there. So we have rice and we have cows. That's 2 res. That's pretty good. As we unlock more techs, we'll find more cool stuff, I'm sure. Okay, so let's end a few turns. Just in Civ 3, they all like plant on the spot, all the AI. In Civ 4, they like to walk around a little first sometimes. So yeah. So we got like a big piece of land here. These kind of remind me of the natural wonders from Civ 5 and Civ 6. It's really ahead of their time because they have like really cool and unique effects. If you check the Civlopedia, you can find them. So yeah, like you'll notice that a lot of these regions are like gated by mountains. Like here, there's like a very narrow mountain pass between these two regions, kind of like Heroes 3 in a way, which actually makes the game have more of a PvE feel. Because you can if you want to defend against someone, you can defend against them relatively easily, but you will be just swarmed by barbarians constantly throughout the game. So yeah, over here, you'll see we have our little realm, and then there is a very, one tile gap between me and the pink civ. And a bunch of us are down here, but there's big areas of land where nobody is. And you'll see like barbarian cities spawn, cool unique mobs, there's treasure, you can find artifacts. Huts, of course, are very valuable. And there's a ton of magic, too. Magic system is like, there's like 30 different spells or 40 different spells or something insane like that. Absolutely wild. Yeah, so this is what the map looks like. Let's check the tech tree. Very fluid. You can go a bunch of different directions. It makes the tech trees from the regular game seem a lot more linear in comparison. Like if you're really into like hunting and like capturing beasts and stuff like that, you can go down this path here, communicate with nature, get a super good beastmaster, can focus on religion, you can focus on boats and stuff like that, upgrading your weapons, commerce, like domestic stuff, happiness, and then magic. The magic tree goes super deep. You can go into technology, get gunpowder units, some evil stuff that I don't really understand. A lot of the religious stuff is down here. Yeah, the tech tree just goes super deep and goes super hard. So how do you calculate how many units you will need to take a city? I kind of just eyeball it. If you really wanted to get better at it fast, you could like get an embassy with them and look inside the city, I guess. Um, but typically, yeah, I guess it's just by experience. But just try different things. So if you don't bring enough units, see what would happen if I stacked more units. Sometimes stacking more units would take the city. Sometimes they'll have more defenders, or maybe they unlock gunpowder and they upgrade everything to musketmen, and it gets harder to take the city. It's not always the case that stacking more units will make it easier to conquer them. Often acting faster is better. Typically, the issue is people don't start stacking units fast enough, or they focus on other things. Like they'll get temples in other cities before they start stacking units, and then they just miss the window. So yeah, just experiment with different things. Use reloads if you have to. I can't. I could give you like specific rules of thumb. If you give me a difficulty, I could like give you a rule of thumb. Um, but yeah, other than that, there's no hard or fast ratio or rule. Yeah, like I said, Garrett, I'm glad that this money is just like a lump sum for no reason. At some point, I'll need advice for what kind of PC to get. Civ 4 colonization, the end game of that game. I love that game to death. I would like to play that game, yes, but the end game is really shit for colonization. But I guess that doesn't matter. If I'm just doing a video essay on it, I can just talk about that. I don't need to actually play through and win. It's just when I do the full game playthroughs that I'm like committed to like playing like a 5-hour series. That's when I get frustrated when games have bad end games. Are you open to doing stuff with mods, single player mod vids or reviews? I generally just don't like mods for Civ 3. Feel free to just message me and tell me about them, Kia. Like, as personal favors for individual people who I like in the multiplayer community and for subscribers to the channel, I'll check out mods. Yeah, like, Kia, like, I was not hyped at all to play your World War II in the Pacific mod. I was, like, dreading it, but I said I would. And then I actually had a decently good time, mostly because I kicked your ass. But... yeah, I'm open to it in theory, but just generally I'm not super big on mods. The map gen is sick. Reminds me of Colonization Carib map. Yeah, like I like the mix of like a big kind of like swirly mainland and like the little islands off the coast. Definitely very cool. I think like the 3 main generative templates for Civ 3 and also for some other Civ games are kind of missing that feel where like some people spawn on a mainland and some on islands. It's usually either one or the other. Civ 4 is the best mods. Civ 4 mods are more out there and you can do more with Civ 4. Civ 3 is actually more accessible. So if you're looking to mod yourself, Civ 3 is incredible for that. But Civ 4, yeah, Civ 4 and Civ 3 are pretty much the gold standard within the franchise for modding. By the time you get to Civ 5, they started like introducing like you would need like proprietary software. You'd need to like pay for a license to access the technology that would allow you to mod these games. That's what I've heard at least. So again, there's still cool stuff with those games. It's just less accessible. And so like if you make the bar to entry higher, it makes the outcome worse, sadly. No, Nathaniel, I haven't done that in ages. There are people in the community that do. And I would like I would consider doing like with subscribers doing like a single epic game. Um, yeah, but they do get played if that interests you. But note that you can take the multiplayer out of the mod, but you can't. Sorry, how do I phrase this? You can get multiplayer players to stop playing mods, but you can't get them to stop acting like multiplayer players. Like if you take them out of the mod and you make them play an unmodded game of Civ 3, they will make you wish you were playing a modded game of Civ 3 by making the game by exploiting everything in the game and making it so miserable for you by kicking your ass with it. So that would be my warning, but it could still be a lot of fun too. It's just I don't like it because it doesn't really have an end goal, so you don't really know when to stop. But I think we could do like a 3 or 4 hour game and just say, hey, when this is up, we'll just look at the map state and just agree to call it together. Yeah, like another thing I can't do as a perk for my channel is custom multiplayer games because I'll already play multiplayer games with anybody. I might not play certain mods, I guess. Yeah, David. Yeah, the UI stuff is really helps the game out. I've heard the Barbarian Clans mod is pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Kia. If we could get 8 subscribing people on board for that, Yule, I would totally do that, and I'd even stream it too. Okay, so this is Fall from Heaven. Let's just do a quick look at Alpha Centauri and see why I checked out this game. I thought it was like Civ 3. I had been told that like this was like of that same era of Civ 3. Like Civ 3 came out in 2001. This came out in 1999. Maybe this was just the expansion too. Look at that. There's no tech tree. Oh my god. Where are the menus? The UI is really bad. So we can double click on the city and zoom in. Yeah, so like I said, I thought it was like on the same generation as Civ 3. It feels a lot more like Civ 2. And worse than Civ 2 in a lot of ways. We have this though. This is cool. A lot of these games we just start with nothing. I guess this is our borders. We have some cool boats. This faction gets boats, I guess. Yeah, like if I want to know what this unit does, oh my god. There's no Civilopedia. Like, how do I know what the unit does? Like info on the square? That's not it. Yeah, so it's really ugly. I just find this to be an ugly game. Sorry for the Civ. Like, from what I understand, this is like a masterpiece of a game. But I do find it to look very ugly. Um, the UI is not intuitive. It doesn't look very good. Um, yeah, and I don't know much about the game at all. Like, why can't I move this thing? How do I move it? Where did it go? Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna start a new game. This is like the C faction, so maybe that's messing me up. Yeah, so this is what I was saying, that like I would really need like someone to walk me through it on like a Discord call or something like that. Okay, we're playing the pirates. Let's play Info Girl. That's cool.
What's more important, the data or the jazz?
Okay, info on the square. It's giving us this. I don't know what the meters do. Rocky and rainy. I think this is a landmine, right? Because I ran into some landmines. Oh no, it's an underground river. A resupply mod. Yeah, I just don't get a lot of the things that are going on here. It's finding it difficult. Okay, I'll check out your comments. Sorry. Civilopedia should be under the menu. Okay, menu. Game, or is that HQ? Game. Tell me what I need to press. Yeah, Fitzgerald. Like I said, so the channel's been stagnating for 4 years, and just randomly the channel started to do good again off the last couple of videos I posted, and it's finally reached the point where I'm getting more weekly views than I did in 2020 at my peak. So, yeah, I have momentum, so I'm gonna ride that momentum as far as it takes me. I would, yeah, as a perk for stream viewers, if you wanted that, I don't think people would want that Kia, but I would play QC. Battle Pirates. Huh. I'm not familiar with that game. It was a Facebook game. Okay. Um, they're goody huts. Wow, that's a lot of goody huts then. Interesting. I think I opened Stellaris once and I didn't really get into it. Data links. Yeah, like I'm sure it's all here. I'm sure it's a functional game. Terraforming. Yeah, I've heard someone told me that the map looks shitty and ugly at first, but then you make it more beautiful by terraforming the world. Help, maybe. Oh my god, I'll just read through all of these on my own time. Atrocities. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, it looks like a very sophisticated game. There was like stuff about fuel, like I had like a ship, but it was running out of fuel, and I was like, what on earth is fuel? But I could read about it. Yeah, data links. Yeah, HQ data links. Good. Okay, we're sorted then. Okay, so that is all for the stream. I'll probably be playing some multiplayer today if anyone wants to play with me. Do you guys have any questions for me? Thank you for everybody. Let's see if I can check. Yeah, thank you Rogoth, thank you Grongax, thank you Rabdag, and thank you Anti once more, and everybody who signed up in the first video. Great stuff, and yeah, we're off to a good start with this. I've kind of played Civ 2. Like, I understand, like, if I click on the Stiddy, I understand what these things are, at least. And this is, like, the core mechanic that makes up the game. So I'm not, like, playing from nothing. Which is why I think that's why I find it more frustrating. Like, if it was just a completely foreign game, maybe I would be more patient. Why did I just blow up? I realize I probably skipped over something, but yeah. Discipline status. Okay. Oh, and thank you, Nolan. Nice. How has our day been? It's been good so far. I'm learning a foreign language, so I woke up early to practice that. Oh, but I need to do my Anki reviews. Okay, so that's all for today. I will host a lobby if there's not already one up. You guys can check that out if you want to play multiplayer with us. Otherwise, thank you for tuning into the stream. And yeah, thank you for making the I was worried I'd just be like making a shill video basically, but I'm glad I got decent or very good actually interaction on the video. So next week we're gonna be doing an actual stream. I was thinking either doing I had like a lot of fun with that the game I did last week where I just like pick Demigod and pick a mediocre Civ with bad land or mediocre land. I think like it just produces such interesting situations and non-standard play patterns that it just has endless replayability. So I would love to do that if people want. Or I had the idea of playing a game of Civ 3 where I start an era behind. So I would start at the beginning of the industrial era. The other civs would start at the beginning of the modern era. All the tech costs would be tuned down. And I would see if I could catch up while I'm an era behind. Like deal with getting bombed while I'm still trying to hook the coal so I can get my railroads. Stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, I'll put out a poll for the subscribers to decide what next week's stream will be. So cheers to that. Take care, guys.